We just crossed a threshold that physicists have been warning about for years. AI energy consumption is now growing exponentially, 50% year over year, while Earth's power generation capacity grows linearly. That's an unsolvable equation. By 2030, data centers will consume 9% of US electricity. 2040, the numbers don't work, period. So Starcloud, backed by Nvidia, just launched humanity's first orbital data center. Actual H100 GPUs running AI models in space, where solar efficiency is 8 times higher and cooling is thermodynamically free. This isn't about innovation anymore. It's about physics, and physics just forced us off the planet. Here's the thing nobody's talking about. AI is hungry. Not like I skipped breakfast hungry, more like I will devour your entire power grid and ask for seconds hungry. Right now, AI data centers are about to eat our electricity supply alive. Google and NTU researchers predict that by 2030, that's like 5 years away, data centers will consume 9% of all US electricity. 9%. And AI demand, it's growing 50% every single year. It's gotten so ridiculous that Microsoft, Google, and Amazon are literally buying nuclear power plants. Nuclear power plants, like they're shopping for groceries.
Oh, I'll take 2 reactors and a uranium rod, please. And cooling? Don't even get me started. Earth's data centers guzzle millions of gallons of water every single day just to keep from melting. Your AI girlfriend is literally drinking California dry. But then, some absolute genius had a thought. What if we just left? And that's exactly what they did. A startup called Starcloud, backed by Nvidia, because of course they are, just launched the first AI data center into space. And I'm not talking about some prototype. I'm talking actual Nvidia H100 GPUs, the exact same chips running ChatGPT and Claude. They're up there right now, running Google's Gemma models and processing Earth observation data in real time from space. And here's where it gets wild. Space is basically a cheat code for data centers. Problem 1, power. On Earth, solar panels are kinda meh. Clouds, nighttime, your neighbor's tree blocking the sun, it's a whole thing. In space, solar panels work 8 times better. There's constant sunlight, no weather, no nighttime, just infinite, glorious energy. Problem 2, cooling. Remember those millions of gallons of water? Yeah, space doesn't need that. Space is negative 270 degrees Celsius. You know what you do with heat in space?
You just radiate it into the void. Infinite cooling. 10 times cheaper than on Earth. The universe is basically a free air conditioner. But wait, there's more. I know I sound like an infomercial, but stay with me. Right now, satellites can't send all their data back to Earth at once. Bandwidth limits. It's like trying to download a 4K movie on 2010 Wi-Fi. So most of that data, it just sits there. Useless. But if you process it in orbit, boom, real-time data, real-time AI analysis. We're talking weather prediction, disaster response, military intelligence, all happening in space before it even touches Earth. Now, here's something that'll blow your mind. Everyone's been worried about latency, right? Like, oh no, space is so far away, won't everything be slower? Wrong. Dead wrong. For most satellite applications, processing data in space is actually faster than beaming it down to Earth, waiting for a ground station to process it, then beaming instructions back up. We're talking milliseconds versus seconds. And when you're tracking hurricanes, monitoring wildfires, or coordinating autonomous vehicles, those milliseconds, they save lives. Space isn't the bottleneck anymore. Earth is.
Let's talk about the security angle for this AI explosion that nobody is mentioning. Think about what it costs to secure a data center on Earth. We're talking billions. You need guards, fences, biometric scanners, the whole 9 yards. And even with all that, they're still vulnerable. A natural disaster could wipe one out, Or, let's be real, some guy with a pair of bolt cutters and a bad attitude could cause chaos. But a data center in orbit? Good luck with that. You'd need a rocket, a spacesuit, and probably top secret clearance from 3 different governments just to get close. And the internal risks? Gone. There are no insider threats walking out with hard drives in their backpacks, no disgruntled employees with physical access. There is no physical access, period. It is the ultimate air gap, literally. And what if a hostile nation decides to target it? Well, that's an act of war in space that immediately triggers international treaties and a military response. For governments and corporations handling AI models worth billions, that level of security is priceless. Try hacking a server that's screaming through a vacuum at 17,000 miles per hour. The Pentagon is already looking into this for their classified AI ops, because sometimes the best firewall is 340 miles of empty space. And this isn't some far-off sci-fi concept. The race is already on. China just launched 12 satellites, part of a planned 28-satellite AI constellation. Of course they did. They're not about to let America have all the AI fun in orbit. Google is planning to send up their own prototypes by 2027. And get this, researchers at NTU are predicting that by the mid-2030s, most new data centers won't even be built on Earth anymore. They'll be built in space. Now, here's the environmental plot twist. Space data centers might actually be better for our planet. I know, rockets aren't exactly eco-friendly, but hear me out. A single large data center on Earth can pump out as much CO2 as 50,000 cars every single year. They are basically coal plants that run Instagram. But in space, during operation, their emissions are zero. No carbon footprint, no destroying natural habitats to build them, no fighting with local towns over precious water rights. You are literally removing the entire problem from Earth's ecosystem. We're exporting our pollution to the one place where pollution doesn't exist. The void does not care about your carbon footprint. Okay, I know what you're thinking. This sounds expensive, and you're not wrong. Launching heavy equipment into orbit isn't cheap. But here's the kicker. It might actually be cheaper in the long run. Think about it. There are no land costs, no water bills, no fighting with local governments over zoning laws, no angry neighbors complaining about the constant hum. It's just you, your GPUs, and the cold, silent vacuum of space.
This is going to ignite an entirely new space economy that nobody is prepared for. We're not just talking about data storage. We're talking about space-based AI training facilities, orbital GPU farms, satellite maintenance robots powered by AI, space-based cloud computing services. SpaceX is already planning Starlink compute nodes. When you hear about Amazon's Project Kuiper, don't just think internet. Think infrastructure. Within a decade, cloud computing won't mean a server farm in Virginia. It'll mean an actual cloud of satellites processing your data as it orbits the Earth. The companies that figure this out first, they won't just dominate the tech industry, they'll dominate space. And space, my friends, is infinite real estate. So yeah, we are moving AI to space because we literally can't handle it on Earth anymore. The AI assistant of your future, it'll be orbiting at 17,000 miles per hour. Your next Google search, it'll be processed by a satellite. And honestly, there's something poetic about it. We created something so powerful, so energy hungry, that our own planet couldn't contain it. So we had to shoot it into the stars. What do you think? Are space data centers the inevitable future? Or are we just creating Skynet with a few extra steps? Let me know.